Hello ladies, how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing great. Today I'm going to share with you how I painted the grapes on this painting. If you want to see this painting up close, go ahead and check out my Facebook Live page on mysticnails.fan, and you can search in the albums under my paintings and it's right in there. I am using any color of shade of purple. As you can see, my grapes are different shades because once the light hits your grapes, you can see these different types of tones. There are darker tones, even lighter tones. The lighter tones tend to be the ones where you are getting a lot of reflection of the light or whatever glossy object you have around it. And the darker, well, where there are shades, like one grape hitting the shape like over another grape, so the shading is going to be a lot darker. Even in between the grapes, it will be a darker hued color. So go ahead and use whatever color purples you have. What I'm doing is just drawing out these tiny little circles, giving a lighter shade of purple, and from there on I just go gradually making my shades a little darker, giving the highlights, giving the lowlights, the shadows. And I tend to use a natural bristle brush. It's very small and thin, and the smaller the brush, the more texture or the more mixed of colors from one to the other I can take control of the paint or the painting. That way when my brush is smaller, because if I do use a bigger brush, well, all my paints you won't be able to see those different tones of purples that I am using in each little grape ball, let's name it like that. So this is just a rough sketch. Once I get the tones and colors I like, I'll just go over the dried paint and sit back, just squint your eyes at it. You're the artist. You paint the way you think you can manipulate the paint and the way you remember in your mind how the grapes are. Not everybody needs to copy like an exact same replica of the grape or someone else's work. You always tend to give it your creative touch. So some grapes are rounder than others. Doesn't matter. Some are bigger or smaller. So just try to give it your highlights and your lowlights. That way you can see the difference between where the shadows are, where the light is coming from. On my painting, the light is coming from the upper left hand, but also I have like a vase or a vase right behind the grapes. So if my light is bouncing off of the vase, which is kind of like these creamy purplish pastel colors and some little hints of white, so maybe that glossy highlight can bounce off of my grapes. So you guys play around with it. Just make sure to use whatever colors you like and have the light always coming from one side, and as I said, have whatever object is behind it or besides it. If it's bouncing off color, if it's shiny, go ahead and shine or give it a highlight to the object you're painting, like for example our grapes. So go ahead and try some mini grapes. You don't need to use a canvas. You can try this on a piece of paper. They do sell pads in the art supply stores. Rather it's for drying using your acrylic paints or your oils. So you make sure and buy whatever you like. I am using acrylics today. And make this as a bit on a big scale or make it on a smaller scale. It's all up to you. Sorry for the sniffles, but I have a cold and I'm just getting over it. I'm still sound kind of groggy. So make sure you do give it your shadows and your highlights. And just take your time with this. There's no rush. You're the creative artist. You take the pace you need and the muse, put on some soft music, aerotherapy. You do what you need to get the job done.
You guys have a wonderful day. Remember to always smile, laugh, and do a little dance. Take care. Ciao.